What's up, y'all? Today is a quick check-in in a day in the life of Ty Aarons. This is another episode of the MITM Podcast, and we're just going to talk a little bit about what happened today. So, the day started off like any other day. Wake up, get fresh, go out to carp all them DMs.
Caught up in them bright lights, lusting for shiny things that's golden. Everything ain't always what it seems, let it soak in. Chasing my dreams, coming apart at my seams. Best believe that the money is the motive.
We started off by heading to a school and doing an assembly. Now this was, I believe, one of our final Black History Month assemblies. I think we have one or two more coming up in the next 2 weeks, but it's one of our last Black History Month assemblies. But the cool thing about this assembly was this was the first assembly that I ran completely on my own. Now, never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that being, you can categorize me as a school dropout. From being a dropout, from being one of the worst in my class, from being someone that was what some teachers would call a problematic student. Would I have ever envisioned myself on this stage in front of so many students, talking to them about life, talking to them about tools that they can use to develop themselves and ways that they can better themselves and, Black history. So we started off the day with that. And then afterwards, we went over to another school down the road where I taught the second iteration of my financial empowerment course. Okay, before it used to just be financial literacy. The MITM Club Millionaires in the Making Club Financial Literacy has transformed into the MITM Club Financial Empowerment course. And the really cool thing about this is we doubled our students, guys. Last time we only had 10 students. This time we have 20 students. I'm 10 students away from officially being a high school professor. And we talked about where are you in building your roadmap? Okay. The day one in financial literacy is knowledge of self, knowing yourself and knowing where you are so you can figure out where you're going to versus where you want to be going. And if you're on the right track, then hey, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're not on the track that you want to be on, then you got some work to do, So I started off with one assembly, went over to another school to then run the financial empowerment course. And we ended off the day with doing 5 different interviews for hiring for our Experior business. Now, this is just a full day of work for me. From 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., we were out all day doing amazing things, doing things to really move the needle, to make more impact on this world. But as I sit here this evening and just reflect on the day and reflect on the different roles that I was able to step into today, the different impacts that I was able to have today, it really is a testament to when you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. Or my absolute favorite quote is, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Okay. Now, I say this because back, I don't even remember what year it was. I'd say probably like 6 or 7 years ago now. A friend of mine, Adrian, had invited me to help her film an event. And we were filming for an investment company event where I think it was actually her father's company, which was pretty cool. I believe the name was Core Financial, and I do hope that they're still in existence. I got to go check out, see what's happening with that company. But it was a really interesting investment celebration event where all sorts of folks were there to talk about new developments happening in Toronto. And that's not even the thing that really matters. The thing that matters about this story is at that event, I sat down at dinner with a gentleman whose name absolutely is going over my head, but I know his face really well. And he was starting to get into politics. And as we're talking at the dinner table, he suggested something to me. He said, "Hey, if you really want to make a change and you really want to be able to make a change and make some money, you should do school circuits. You should build something or create something that you can go up on stage and talk to a bunch of students about this for about 10 to 30 minutes at most. And you should book as many schools as you can throughout the school year. This way, you can make a good amount of money by going up for 30 minutes and the rest of the day, spend time to build out something else that you love and you're passionate about. And I completely forgot that this is some advice that this man, that I'm sitting at the table with the guy who designed Ferrari World. We're looking at these multi-million dollar investments where they're clearing out a whole bunch of land in up and coming areas across the GTA to build giant storage units, to build out new student campuses, to build out retirement homes, to build out new residential properties, okay? And specifically just for rentals. These are the four main things that they were focused on, storage, students, elderly, and then residential for general pop afterwards. And to think that I'm sitting at the table with this one guy and I connect with him and he's like, hey, you should do this because it would definitely change your life. And here I am 7 years later, actually doing that. I'm actually going around from school to school and I'm able to make a change and make a difference and connect with these youth and faculty and everyone on such a beautiful level, and then still be able to go and live the life that I choose to and enjoy the rest of my time. Like, I took a nap today and it was great. It wasn't a 9 to 5. I literally went to one place for an hour, went to another place. No, it wasn't even an hour. I was on stage for all of 20 minutes, went to another place and taught my own course that I created by myself, that I pulled this out of my brain and taught these amazing youth for about an hour and connected with the faculty and the youth. And then I went home and took a nap, hung out with my puppy, hopped on a couple Zoom calls, and my day's done. This is great. And this is a part of the idea of what is MITM? What does it mean to be a millionaire in the making? Well, it's these journeys, it's these steps. I'm not a millionaire yet, but I love this journey. And I know that as long as I stay steadfast, I know that as long as I continue to persevere and push through all the difficulties and all the BS and everything, that no matter what, I'll be one step closer. And I held this in my head. I held this in my head so many years ago that I forgot about it. But now, I'm closer and closer to holding it in my hand. I'm closer than I've ever been before. I can smell the dream. I can feel it in my bones. And I'm aware that with every next step that I take, every move that I make, I'll be watching you. Oh, but all jokes aside, with every step that I make and every move that I take, and as long as I continue to hold this vision and I stay true to this vision and I believe in this vision, that eventually we will be able to cross it out and we'll be millionaires made. So that's pretty much it for today's episode of the MITM podcast. Just a simple check-in today, guys. Nothing too crazy and wild. I am looking forward to sharing some more value with you. If you want financial tips and more in-depth financial knowledge / education, then I would love it if you sign up for my weekly newsletter, where I gather articles from Forbes, from the Huffington Post, and from all these different places where they have a paywall to stop you from seeing these financial tools. Well, no, not anymore. You sign up for my newsletter, I gather all of these. I pay for everything, but I send it to you for free, so you can be you can have some knowledge to help you with your financial goals. So with that being said, I hope that you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
Give them that creme de la creme whenever I spit that hot shit. Ain't no lose or draw when it's the only option. Till I'm balling like Stockton, I'm locked